troll network's driving me mad.
Introduce everyone, just quickly, briefly, introduce everyone. And what they mean to you, come on, tell them.
This guy here, Dean, is like a brother to me. He helps me to train. Sometimes when I don't want to wake up, he comes up to my house, and if you ring my phone, he don't answer, ring my doorbell. This guy here, Dean, is like a brother to me. This guy here, Dean, is like a brother to me. This guy here, Dean, is like a brother to me. This guy here, Dean, is like a brother to me.
Tell us about your relationship with Dillian.
No, Dill's my bro.
Shelley's his own man as well, and Shelley's not, you know, I mean, Shelley wouldn't do me a favour, and I wouldn't do him a favour. So sometimes discussions take place that neither side really wants. I mean, Eddie and Anthony Joshua would fight Deontay Wilder on September 22nd. I, personally, my advice was, let's leave it 2 years, because then how the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight got built, you know, in commercial terms, Deontay Wilder and AJ today is a $70 million fight, maybe 80. In 2 years' time, it might be $250, $300 million.
But there's a greater risk of in 2 years' time one of them fighters getting beat.
That's where your judgment comes in and say, do I see anyone out there to beat either of them? No. Could it happen? Yes. If it happens, okay, that was a bad call.
John, come here, have a look, Frank.
Little red light there.
Yeah, that's on, yeah. Well, we're here at Hughie Fury's gaff. He's had a gym built, so we're going to do a bit of filming here today with Hughie, his trainer Peter and his dad, and Savannah. That looks like Hughie's dog. Hey! Alright, mate. Are you okay? You're not going to run at me, are you? That looks like a Rottweiler, that. I think I better go over here. Yeah, I don't want to mess about with that dog. This looks like it's Hughie's gaff. Very nice. My mate Frank over there with Joe Fury, I think. Big Joe's Range over there. And little Kip's in that trailer there. Very nice. It's coming on this. All this probably wants tarmacking or block paving. Looking well. So this is the gym that Hughie's having built. Nice fountain. Alright, mate. You're busy, Kevin.
Keith. No.
Keith, sorry.
Yeah.
Keith, I don't want it to the... This is where me and Spencer Fearing are going to have a straightener, isn't it, Spencer? How are you doing, Peter? Nice to see you.
Good, mate. Good.
Lovely place you've got here, isn't it?
It is. It's a good facility. When it's finished, it'll be nice, won't it?
How long has it been getting built, this then?
From to about 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
It was ideal with it, yours then, yeah? Or your...
No, it's his own. He's had it done for himself, and it's better for him really because he lives here. You walk out the door into the gym, so it's better, much better.
30 metres away, he's in his gym, isn't he?
Yeah, it is.
Brilliant.
It is, it's good.
How's he doing? He's doing alright?
Doing well, he's training every day. We're just waiting for a date and an opponent when he can start fighting again.
Any opponents it mixed, Peter?
I've mentioned a few, but there's no point talking about them until they say they're going to do it, you know.
What did you think to boxing with Dillian Whyte and Povetkin?
That's just one of them. I thought I did think Dillian Whyte was winning it. He had Povetkin down twice, and you know it almost looked like Povetkin was done.
Yeah.
He was wobbling. He's not steady on his legs. I think Povetkin's had his day.
Yeah.
But you know, it was not a lucky punch anyway. I think he come out, he took the fight to Dillian, and obviously he is very, very good on the inside. So it was a peach of an uppercut. Plus, he'd never seen it. He'd never seen it land, which is always worse again. So, you know, it was a very good shot, and that happens as boxing.
Yeah. That 12-round fight that Hughie had with him now looks good on Hughie's CV, doesn't it?
Hughie's very technically sound. He's got very good defences. You know, he's a different fighter today, Hughie. You know, if we can get these fights back, I doubt we possibly can. Povetkin will probably have another fight retire. I don't know what he's going to do, but it'd be nice to get these fights again because he's grown up now. Hughie. He's no longer fighting with a boy. Now he's a man.
He's 26 in a couple of weeks, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's 26, 18th of September. So he's doing, he's a lot different.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's had the fights he's had because the difference is Hughie's been learning along the job. So he's done what he's done at such a young age. And I've always said with Hughie, he's 5 years ahead of his time. Meaning he's fighting the best in the world when he's not even matured yet.
Yeah.
But it's a different story today. So like I said, I'm looking forward to him getting out again because his confidence, his strength, his size, you know, I think he's about 17 stone 12 at the moment. And he'll probably fight around 17 and a half stone, something like that. And when he did fight Povetkin last time, I think he was 16 stone 1 pound.
Yeah.
So it gives you an idea how much bigger he's grown. And that's not through weight, not through it. He's been doing all he's done the same thing. It's because he's matured, naturally filled out. So that's what you get with heavyweights. It takes time to fill out, but exciting times for you.
Yeah. What do you think about the criticism of the Sky commentary lately? They've had a lot of criticism. They've come out and apologised for the Adam Smith's come out and said they're going to get it right. Do you think it were a bit harsh on Povetkin now? They weren't really mentioning the work he was doing at the beginning.
I never really noticed much about them, to be honest. I was just looking at the fight, but you've got to say, the way I was looking at that fight, Dillian Whyte was controlling him behind the jab.
Yeah.
You know, Povetkin was always in it. And I think when Povetkin went down, there was flash knockdowns. Yeah. You could see Povetkin wasn't deeply disturbed by it.
He was straight back up, wasn't he?
He was back up and he was in his senses. You know, he wasn't wobbling where his legs were all over the place. Yeah. You know, he was calm. He was calm and collected, Povetkin. Yeah. So he just paced it very, very well. But it looked like he was losing it. He was losing it. Yeah. Until that shot come out the bag, it was all one way, wasn't it, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been down twice and that. I thought the first 3 rounds were a bit hard to score. You know, because he wants to get in close all the time, doesn't he? And he's very dangerous up close, isn't he?
But you know, Povetkin, look, you're fighting world-class men, you're going to get it. I think Povetkin hit Hughie, I don't know what round it was. It was well in the rounds. And he come up with an uppercut up the middle, similar to what he hit Dillian Whyte with. He leaned over, very good with it, come up with the uppercut in the middle, and he went, I think Hughie had his hands here, and he went straight up through the guard, straight up, and ripped all under the eye here, you know, one shot. So
Hughie didn't go down though, did he?
Oh, it's one of
Do you
them.
remember a conversation we had a couple of years ago when we spoke about Povetkin, and you said to me, I think this was before Hughie fight, you said to me, no shadow of a doubt, he's top 5 heavyweight in the world, forget his age. Well, you were right, weren't you?
Yeah, I know me heavyweights, and like I said, Povetkin's always a danger man. Look, he had 200 and odd amateur fights, he was a gold medalist.
Yeah.
You know,
twice, wasn't he? World and all.
He's a good, solid fighter. He's done well. But I'm happy for Povetkin for the simple reason, to do that at his age, the man needs maximum credit.
Yeah.
You know, for what he's done. Dillian Whyte will come again. Probably never happened to him again. Yeah. You know, it's one of them. Yeah. You know, this is boxing. It's a sharp shock. You learn from it and get on with it. But for Povetkin, you know, he needs maximum respect. He got my respect anyway. Yeah. I think it's a very, very good achievement what he's done. The man's coming out of Russia. He's coming in their own backyard. He's taking these fights. Fight anybody. Yeah. You've got to say he's a proper fighting man, Povetkin.
Where do you see Povetkin going now? Do you think he'll take the rematch to fight again?
I don't know if there's a rematch clause. It's contracted. They've got to do, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that's a good thing for the fans, Peter? There being a rematch where there's in a fight like that where there were no title on line and they're having a rematch? Do you think? Because it was a conclusive finish, wasn't it? Really, a knockout.
Well, they've obviously got a rematch, but I only thought rematches was for world titles.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I don't know, but look, if you've got a rematch, good luck to them.
Yeah,
that's good business. So if they've got one.
Do you think that Dillian White's learning on job? They're saying he's learning on job, aren't they? The head honchos, and he's 32-year-old with 5 pay-per-views under his belt, WBC #1. Do you think that that's a tired excuse from the powers that be, or do you think that's just how it's going?
There is no excuses. He's not learning on anything.
Yeah.
He might be improving, and he has improved as a fighter as the years has gone by. But listen, you can improve as much as you want. When your lights go out, they go out.
Yeah, yeah, that's about straight, isn't it, Frank? That's a good answer.
It's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Where do you see heavyweight division in the next 2 years? Do you ever see these belts coming together as an undisputed, or do you think there'll be too much politics?
As a 50-50, I think the main fights will happen. But whether all the belts are on the line, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you've got Usyk with the WBO.
Yeah.
You've got Pulev, IBF. They're all mandatories.
Yeah.
And they're going to press them mandatory, not unless they can buy them off and step aside money.
Yeah.
And if that happens, they can all unify the belts.
Do you think Pulev's a tricky fight for Joshua if he takes it?
Yeah.
He's pushing 40 now, isn't he, in May?
Don't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
40 now today.
He's like 30, isn't it?
Well, he's a tricky customer, Pulev. He's not walking the park.
Yeah. Moving on then to Savannah. How's she doing? She enjoying training?
Yeah, Savannah's doing good. She fights in October for a world title. She's training for that fight now as we speak.
And that's at 175, isn't it? Light heavy.
Yeah, no. This is going to be at middleweight.
Middleweight. Oh yeah. Middleweight.
Yeah.
160.
And then after that, December, hopefully Clarissa Shields can get made. I say Clarissa because she made a comment about me just calling her Shields the other day. So Clarissa. We'll call the Clarissa now.
Savannah's already beat her once.
It's amateur boxing.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know what that means to me?
Yeah, nothing.
Going to that lavatory. Yeah. So I'm not interested in any of that bollocks. I think it's a tough fight.
Yeah.
But I know what task is ahead, and Savannah will have to train accordingly to it. And it's going to come down to who wants it more. But there's one thing Savannah has got, which is a big advantage over Clarissa Shields. She's holding power in her punches. So if she connects, I'm not saying, and normally what you get with boxers, Clarissa Shields is a relatively light puncher. You have to say that because she's had no stoppages in her fights. Yeah, so she's quick, she's awkward, light puncher. But usually when you've got a light puncher, they got chins like a piece of granite. So usually the opposite, it works the opposite way. You understand me?
Yeah.
So although Savannah can punch, Clarissa Shields will probably be able to withstand them shots. But withstanding them and not being hurt by them and not being worn down by them is another matter. Because although you can take the shots, you're still under a lot of stress. Because when them shots connect and you can feel them, it takes its toll, whether you get stopped by them or not. So that's a big plus for Savannah going into this fight.
So Savannah, October 17th, middleweight world title, and then December 12th, Clarissa Shields, all being well.
I know there's no fixed date yet, but hopefully sometime in December.
Yeah, December.
We'll be able to they'll get it on.
So she's got a busy schedule then for the rest of the year, Savannah.
Big year for Savannah, and like I said, hopefully world title up middle, and then Clarissa Shields in December.
And who's the world title going to be in October, Peter?
They're negotiating it at the moment, nothing's finalised, so I can't really say at the minute.
Yeah. Alright then. And how are you doing in yourself, Peter? How have you been coping with this pandemic?
I'm sick of hearing about the pandemic.
I know, I can tell.
Yeah. I've started shaking hands again. They can all get and jog on for me. Well, I think a lot of it is a load of shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at it. I think if the vulnerable get it, they've got problems. But I think what everybody's saying about this pandemic and what, is it population control, whatever it is. But whatever it is and whatever it's not, we can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Can we?
No, we can't.
So we just got our own views on it. But I think people should keep safe still and not take anything for granted. You've got to be wary of anything in life, haven't you?
Yeah. All right then, mate. Thank you very much. It's been great to see you, Peter.
So am I not going to be helmet of the month today?
No, you're not in. You're not in this month. It's international helmets now, Peter.
It's international.
Top 30 now. You'll be out on Friday, and you're not in it. You didn't get any votes.
Well, anyway, if you get any votes, just shove me in it. No problem for me.
All right. No, I thought you had a problem with me when you called me over to see you last time about that. You're all right about it now. Just banter, innit? How you doing, Hughie? Nice to see you, mate. You're looking well.
Yeah, good.
Bit of a tan.
Just a little bit.
I've seen you for a few months.
Well, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, you been sparring?
Yeah, just a bit of technique and stuff there, and that's it, ready.
Nice place you've got here.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Pad, isn't it? What's your dog called?
Bane.
Bane?
Yeah.
Big Rottweiler.
Yes.
Nice dog, isn't it?
Well, he gets older, yeah.
No, yeah. Have you trained him like, yeah?
Trained him.
You deal with intruders?
Oh, he definitely does that one.
We don't want to mess with Bane then, do we?
No.
How long you lived here now then?
For about a year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not a bad plot of land for a 25-year-old lad, is it?
No, gorgeous, like you say, it's peaceful, quiet, it's the right thing to need.
And how long's gym been up? Because it's massive, isn't it? It's one of the best ones I've seen.
Yeah, it's still just got a bit more work to do, but it's probably been up for about 6 months. Just getting working on it, yeah.
So basically, you don't need to do any camps abroad. You can have them on your doorstep, can't you?
On my doorstep, yeah. That's
Go in, do your session, come over and chill out.
That's it, yeah.
Whereas before, all that mileage back and forward, do you remember?
Yeah, I was always driving backwards and forwards. It's, listen, in this job, in this game, you've got to live and breathe it.
So basically, you'll be a lot fresher now, living where your camp is.
Yeah.
Your sparring partners can come to you because you've got a ring in there. It's all like, you've got the world at your feet, 25-year-old, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Fighting on Sky. It's all brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, like I say, just get the right fights now and just move forward.
And how's your training going at the moment, Hughie?
Yeah, it's going good. Feel fit, feel strong.
You look really well, mate.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to go again.
You stayed hard at way for a bit, haven't you? And you've been training hard and that, haven't you?
Yeah, I always train and always keep fit, but like you say to you, I'm a lot bigger and a lot stronger as well.
You think it's because you're coming into your man strength kind of thing now, Hughie?
Yeah, I think it's just starting to fill out.
Yeah, you look feeling that. He's looking well, isn't he, Frank? Best I've seen him.
Excellent.
You look really well, honestly, really healthy. And that's training going brilliant.
Yeah, everything's going good. Like I say, can't do no more.
Yeah, just waiting for a date, aren't you? And that.
Yeah, that's it. Just take over, just keep going until we get to go fight again.
Have you been watching much boxing lately, Hughie?
Yeah, I watch a bit of the boxing.
Did you watch the Dylan White perfecting?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, it was like I say, it was some shot, wasn't it?
Oh, from the gods, wasn't it? That punch, wasn't it?
100%.
He caught you with the same shot though, didn't he? But you didn't go down, did you?
It's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somebody's got a chin and you haven't.
You've never been down once in your career, Hughie?
No,
not
never.
once. Not as an amateur or a pro, has you?
No, never.
Oh, that's good. Did you know that, Frank?
Yeah, he's got the chin, mate.
He's got the chin, he's got the skills to pay the bills.
That's it. It's just now, it's just about getting them fights again and hopefully we get them again.
I'd like to see you win with Povetkin again.
No, 100%. This system is different. Obviously there was a lot lighter as well. The difference is 16 stone and now I'm 18 stone.
So you're 2 stone lighter, you're a bit more inexperienced then, weren't you? And he had a lot of experience, didn't he?
Yeah, as well. It's learning things, but like I say, these fights here, you learn by each fight.
Yeah.
You just got to take it on the chin and come back, and then fights now and taking both hands.
Yeah, there's a lot of promoters at the moment scrambling and wanted to sign Fraser Clark. He's 30 next, you're not 26 yet. So look what you've done already, you know, the fights you've been in and you've tested yourself, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I think that there's more to come. I get a lot of stick for saying this, but I think there's more to come from you.
There's 100% he is and people will see it.
Yeah. Newton Hardy, Dad just been telling us in there.
Yeah, listen, of course it's all coming together, and you can speak, you can say as much as you want, but actions speak louder than words, that's what I always say. So all it is now is just getting the fights and doing it in the ring.
Yeah. So you're in a better place now, aren't you?
Yeah, listen, mindset's like a good place, just yeah.
You're going to be living here, aren't you? You've got it on a plate, haven't you? Look at this pad here, Frank.
Great.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's a gorgeous area, isn't it?
Beautiful.
What do they think to your print boxing gym up here then? Oh dear, it's gone down well.
It matters,
your land, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose, yeah. But you're going to have all this block paved or tarmacked and that when it's all finished?
No, just get it all stoned and everything. So yeah, it's still got a bit to do on here, but it'll all come together.
Yeah, you could do some more dates, couldn't you? Get some more readies spent on it.
Yeah.
Have you got anybody in mind who you'd like to fight you, or would you fight anybody?
Listen, it's never bothered me who to fight. I've always been thinking of anyone. So
you've not really knocked anybody back, have you?
No, so like I say to you, it doesn't bother me.
I'd like to see you fight Joshua, me actually. I do. I'd like to see that.
Listen, like I say to you, the fights will. I think they'll come in time. But,
yeah, of course you've got time on your hands, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%. It's just building the right fights and getting back up there.
Were you a bit disappointed with the Dave Allen fight, Hughie? Not happening, but it looked like it was done, didn't it?
Like I say to you, don't get involved in politics. It's one of them. Don't want to fight simple. No point going on about it, is he?
No, I just think it was a shame. I would have liked to have seen it. But alright then, well listen, nice to see you.
Yeah,
thanks for having a chat with me.
No problem.
And we'll see you again. I'll probably be coming down next week with Frank. Get your sparring. Alright mate, you take care pal. Cheers.
Be a good time to talk again, but when you plan a business that's got a 10-year lifespan, you don't rush it. You know, I said to AJ, and he asked me my honest opinion, I said, if you told me you were going to retire in 6 months' time, I'd tell you to fight Deontay Wilder now. If you tell me you're here for the long run, I'll say that fight can only get bigger. And also, you don't take chances. You don't go to the other bloke's backyard when you don't need to. The money is insignificant different.
Good lad. Good lad. You're Bean. You're Bean. Good boy. Good boy, Bean. Good lad. Good lad, Bean.
Hey, boy.
Good boy. Good boy, Bean. Here, Bean. Sit. Sit, Bean.
Bean.
Bean. He's just having a nosy first.
No, it's okay. He's a lovely dog.
Here's little beauty. Good lad. Good lad. Nice dog.
Oh, you've had him from pup-up. And how old is he, Hughie?
He's only just turned 1.
Good lad, Bean. He likes a biscuit. I always carry dog biscuits because sometimes dogs attack you, don't they? So I always carry a biscuit here. Bean. Here, Bean.
Good boy.
You want to, doesn't he? Here. Sit. Sit then. Sit. Good lad. Good boy. Good
Give
boy,
me one
Bean.
to give him, Frank.
Huh?
Give me a biscuit so I can give him.
I've got no more. That was
Oh, is that last one? Look how lovely he is, Frank.
He's a beauty, aren't you, Bean? He's a beauty. Good lad, Bean. Good boy. Well, I've got one. I've got a biscuit here. I've got a biscuit here.
Is it? Yeah, Bean. Sit. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Well, I'll just give him it, sure. Why are you going to bite me? Oh, he's lovely, aren't you? Look at that, hey, look at that. Lovely dog.
Fucking nice dog.
Well, it's been a good day today. Got an interview with Peter Fury. Spent some time with him. Interview with Hughie. And Hughie's dog scared me to death. Bane, the Rottweiler, nice dog. Lovely dog, in fact, beautiful. He's had it from a pup. Everybody knows I'm a big dog lover. The boxing. You heard what Peter said in the interview. Savannah's out October 17th for a world middleweight title. And then in December, Clarissa Shields. So that's good. Really good. That's really good. That's really good, so I'm happy. I couldn't hang on tonight for Savannah to spar at 6 o'clock, so I just missed the training session. Although I did go in Hughie's fancy gaff and bang him up. Come on, Hughie, out here, interview.
Only me could get away with that, couldn't I? Hughie came to the door and went, your dad said you'd have to do an interview with me. Put his dad's name in. But he looks well, Hughie. I know I'll get loads of stick for saying that Hughie's got his man strength, but he's 26 in a couple of weeks. He's 18 stone now, not 16 stone, so maybe people shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I mean, he's got a lot done, hasn't he, to say at his age. So I wish him well. I hope he goes the distance. I hope he achieves his goals. So I've come the wrong way back from Bury. I'm going through Glossop. Didn't take me onto M62, Frank. I've ended up M57. What's this? A57, is it? Snake Pass. So this is where all Sky pundits come to Sheffield. This is way they go, the Snake Way.
Please go straight in 400 yards onto the...
But it's a positive day today. I enjoyed spending time with my pal Frank, and like I said, got Peter Fury on channel, so that's good in it really. Didn't get Savannah on though, but I'll give her a ring when I get in and arrange a interview on Zoom, which I don't like doing Zoom interviews. I like to have that bit of a personal touch, but I know what I want to ask Savannah anyway, so it don't really matter. I'm going to go this way, in fact. Yeah, I'm going to go this way. See if I can nip in here. But for her, she's training really well. So if you were training for a fight at 175, she's now training for one at 160. That's a bit of an adjustment. But I think Savannah, into light heavyweight, I think she offers around 169, 170, is it? She's not got a fight on, so I don't think the weight will be an issue to her because she's a consummate professional. She's punching really hard as well now, so that's good, isn't it? You're not fast your last, love. So I wish Savannah well. I think that's about it really. Nice area this, isn't it? Glossop. So that's about it. I'm on my way back to office now. I've got a few things to do there and then I'm going home. So shout out to all them hardcore fans that keep backing my channel, leaving comments, good or bad, liking or disliking, doesn't really matter to me. Thank you for subscribing. Going in the right direction, channel. I've starved you a bit this week because I spoiled you last week, but sometimes there were other things to do. Alright, but positive day today, it's all good. Alright, so peace out. Savannah, how are you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, Russ. I'm very well.
Got some questions for you. Have you been keeping alright?
Yeah, I've been keeping well. I've got a date, 17th of October.
Oh, you mentioned a date.
No, fight date.
Best
kind of date.
Yeah, 17th of October.
17th of October, so it's just gone, well, it's 6 weeks on Saturday it is.
And that's going to be fighting for the world title?
Well, haven't got a confirmed yet, but fingers crossed.
Yeah. What happened to the 175-pound light heavyweight title WBO? Is that off now, you think?
Yeah, that's off now. Giovanna Perez. It was just a total nightmare just with COVID. Obviously the 4th of April got put back.
Yeah. And
then even now there's on her side there's issues with quarantine. Like New Zealand, when you leave the country you've got to pay to go into a quarantine program. So, you know, there was issues there with like pay and fight passes and stuff. So that one's completely off now.
All right. Are you happy with how it's worked out though? You're fighting at middle.
No, I'm not. I could have been two-weight world champion by now if COVID hadn't arrived.
Yeah. No, I mean, are you happy that you finally got a date and that though for a world title challenge?
Yeah. I'm happy I've got a date. I've never boxed at middle before, so That's a new one. I think the lightest I've ever boxed is 164 pound, 164, 163. So I've got it there to lose anyway. So it's not like I'm going to be living off rice cakes or anything like that. But no, it's something new, something different, and why not?
Will you be able, because you're 6 foot, aren't you? So will £160 be too much for you? Will it be too much for your frame to make? Do you think, or do you think you'll be okay?
No, I think I'll be okay. I'm very bottom heavy. I carry a lot on my legs and my ass, so I've got it there to lose.
Yeah. Right, you throw me with that last one. Savannah, who do you think it'll be for October then 17th?
I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. There's been a couple of names flung about, but nothing has been, close to being on the line. At the minute, just plenty of sparring, different people. So get me timing back and get me sharpness back.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really say at the minute.
All right then. You're 30 in May next year. When do you want out of boxing?
Well, to be honest, I don't want to be doing this when I'm 39. That's for sure. I think I'm at that point. I've boxed since I was 11, and I've been full time since I was 17. So I've been very, very lucky, very lucky. But I think my amateur coach Tim has always said to me, he said, one morning you'll just wake up and you'll just say, I've had enough of that now. I don't want to do it no more. He said it'll just come to you like that. And he said, when you'll know, you'll know. But for me, like I said, I don't want to be doing this for years and years because it's hard work. Yeah. People, I train twice a day, and in between, all I do is really watch telly and sleep. So people think I have a great life, but I've got other ambitions. There's other things I want to do with my life. But I'd say early 30s maybe. If all goes well, yeah, definitely early 30s. What am I saying?
Yeah. All right then. Clarissa Shields. I spoke to Peter today. I must have just missed you by a few minutes this morning then, because you did your morning session, didn't you? And then you're back at 6.
Yeah.
You're back at 6 p.m, weren't you? So I must have missed you. It would have been too much for me today to hang around from like 10 past 6.
No, I actually wasn't in this morning.
You weren't in?
You
trained this morning though, didn't he?
I don't know if he cycled or done weights this morning. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right then. Would you like a 2-fight deal with Clarissa if you do fight Clarissa in December? Because I spoke to Peter today and he said, world title all being well October 17th and then Clarissa December. If it is Clarissa, it'll be at middleweight, don't you?
Oh yeah, 100%. She's the reigning. She's got all the belts at middle, so
yeah,
makes sense.
So if you fight for a belt at middleweight in October, then that'll be one of the belts that she ain't got. Then won't it? Probably the IBO, will it?
I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. Like I said, that's for Peter to deal with.
Yeah.
And, if I sit, it's not really.
Yeah.
They've said, it's a lot more juicier if I'm a world champion, and I've always said I would like to be. Well, I want to be a world champion.
If it is Clarissa, though, it'll be. Would you be happy with a 2-fight deal?
Like I said, it's for Peter to make all the decisions, but yeah, of course, because you can see, like, look what happened, with Terry Harper and Natasha Jonas the other week.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't like to be in that position where I haven't got that chance again, because
if something if you won and people say you didn't win, you like to correct it, and if people said you won but you lost but you should have won, you like to that kind of thing. So you think a rematch?
Yeah.
It works both ways, doesn't it? I suppose, doesn't it? Because no fighter wants to have a win on the record that could be seen as a loss, could they?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to go to your grave like that, would you? Because I know you're very determined and you like to put things to bed, don't you, sort of thing? Must be OCD you've got, is it?
Well, I don't know what I've got. I don't like cleaning up, so I don't think I've got that.
Something being a boxer, Savannah. You need something in your metal. But I just think a 2-fight deal would be better. It protects you, doesn't it? And I don't know. You get 2 good paydays.
Yeah.
If you fight Clarissa Shields in a barnstormer, 2 Olympians going at it, and you beat her in World Championships, didn't you? It's her only loss. She's supposed to be this darling, isn't she, of boxing, and you beat her before. If you fight her as a pro and you go at it, I think the rematch could be the first female pay-per-view. What about that? What do you think to that? That'd be nice.
That was good, no?
That'd be an Hartley pull last, wouldn't it, Pet? Make your mum and dad proud of you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I just think that it could be it's the biggest fight in female boxing, right? I know a lot of female boxers like yourself. Some of them don't like to hear it called female boxing, women's boxing. They like it to be just boxing, but we have to separate it, in my opinion. I don't want to be PC or out, but I just think that your 2 going at it, and with what Clarissa said about you last week, I think it could be the first pay-per-view. I mean, you know what she said, don't you?
Oh, yeah, she said she was going to break my jaw.
Yeah, and she said that every time she comes in your company and she gets near you, she can hear your heart beating.
Beats anywhere. Beats anywhere.
You know what I mean, though, don't you? You're beating.
Yeah.
I know that won't fluster you because I know you, but and I also know that you're not really that much bothered about her anyway, are you? So
it's all tongue in cheek, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't get into that, do you? Never have you?
No, it doesn't really bother me. If anything, I think she's quite.
What I said to you once, I says, "Well, are you going to beat Clarissa?" And you said, "You'll see." You just said, "You'll see," didn't you? Do you remember? And I asked him, "Will you knock it out?" And you said, "You'll see." And I thought,
that many people, that like every interview I do, it gets brought up. So sometimes, just for my amusement, I like to change the questions. Do you know what I mean? There's only so many times you can.
So you're going to knock her out and all that.
Oh, 2 seconds. Let me just sort this dog out.
You're blushing, Savannah.
Oi! Get in here. Come in. Yeah, go on.
No, you were blushing, and I could tell you. Look, you don't like to talk like that. I know you, Savannah. You just like to do your talking at ring, don't you? Really quiet. That's why they call you a silent assassin, isn't it? Then when you get in ring, you unleash hell. Right, okay then. Well, moving on. What's the hardest you've ever been in the ring, as in sparring, amateurs and pros? That's by male or female. What's the hardest you've been punished? I think I know the answer to this.
To be honest, I can't. You probably do. The only one that sticks in my mind that I was sparring when you were there, and it wasn't that I got hit hard. It was where I got hit, and I took a
body shot.
It was an uppercut. It was I don't know if it was meant to be an uppercut, but it caught me in the side. And honestly, I've never felt pain like it.
Well, in from Michael Jennings' gym, wasn't it?
Yeah. I can't even remember the lad's name. But wasn't that he tried to, take me ribs out? I think it was just the position of it, and the way I was. But yeah, that was one. That was one of them.
Is that you never forgot that, have you?
I don't think you have.
No. It's well, seeing a man spar a woman. I always think that the man's going to try and put a bit of mustard on his shots, isn't he? Because he don't want to get hurt, and you're going to do your best because you don't want to get hurt because it's a man. But I don't know. It's an hard one, isn't it? But I thought you.
I think the only thing that oh well, to be honest, even speed. I think like there's a woman can never match a man, even with speed and even with power at all. They're just total different species, and men are men. I think the way men are built is just completely different to women.
Yeah. And when you spar with Hughie and that, I always thought that he just went through motions with you. You know, when he was sparring, whereas you'd be setting about him and he'd just go through motions with you because he's a lovely kid, isn't he?
Oh, of course he does. I think he must just think, oh God, I can't be bothered sparring her. That's just probably much what he must think. I don't know. To be honest, it's quite good sparring because he's so awkward.
Yeah.
And even though he's just having a move about with me, it's just just his awkwardness and the way he can switch up, and it's it's all about learning, isn't it?
Yeah, he's multi-skilled, isn't he, Hughie?
Oh, very.
Do you feel he gets a lot of sticks, Savannah, on social media because he don't really play that social media game, does he? Hughie? He don't do loads of interviews on IFL. Do you think he gets a lot of unjust stick? Because obviously we've seen him over the years train and spar, and a lot of people don't see that. Do you think he gets a lot of stick that is unwarranted?
The thing that I like about Hughie is, like, I think he's 25 maybe.
Yeah.
And who, a 25-year-old, after how many fights, 20 odd fights, just comes back and comes to the gym and, do you know what, I'm gonna start boxing southpaw.
Yeah.
Or who just like, even, you've boxed your whole life and, the orthodox, and then you just think, I'm going to have a go at just being mainly southpaw boxer now. Just things like that. He's got a lot of heart in the I seen the other day the heavyweight top 10 pound for pound come out. No, the rankings or whatever they were.
Yeah.
And I looked, and Hughie has boxed 3 people in the top 10.
Yeah.
And like, I just think, he's done a lot for how old he is, and to say, look, he went 12 rounds with perfection.
Yeah.
Look what he done the week. He's a dangerous man.
Yeah. Yeah. The way it is.
I just think, in another couple of years, I really do think he will be a force to be reckoned with.
I do, for the simple reason, and I get loads of stick off this, and all you people who are going to give me stick on this, what are you doing with your lives? But getting back to Hughie, he's 25, right? He's 26 in a few weeks. Tyson were 27 and 4 months when he won world title against Vladimir. So let's judge Hughie when he gets to like 28. Let's judge him then, 28, 29, and not at 25. And give him...
I just think, like, I can remember Johnny Nelson telling me that, people used to boo him out of arenas.
Yeah, I used to boo him.
He was getting stick all the time. And then all of a sudden, Brendan believed in him. Even he was telling me how people used to, even the sparring partners that used to be like, oh, Brendan, what you bothering with him for? And then he proper come into his own, and then he went, 10 years as a reigning world champion? Was it 10 years? Sorry.
7 years.
Yeah, as a reigning world champion.
Yeah, 7 years, 14 defenses, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he did well, and we have to give Johnny Nelson credit because he started out with an awful style. He lost the first 3 fights, but eventually it clicked for him, didn't it? And Hughie's a little bit better than what Johnny was to start with. Hughie's a world junior gold, isn't he? World amateur gold.
Yeah, he did.
So there's hope for Hughie yet, and not hope, but it's a certainty that he'll win a title. It's just a case of when. He's got time on his hands, hasn't he? But,
definitely.
So, all right, then moving on. How are you coping with Peter as a trainer and a mentor? Because you've been with him a few years now, and how are you getting on? How has your style developed under him?
I always think back to when I first went to the gym, and we were on the pads, and he went, "I go southpaw," and I was just your typical amateur boxer, upright, you know, never switched or anything like that. I don't think I'd ever threw a jab as a southpaw, and I was like, I can't go southpaw. And he was like, go southpaw. Do you know, my jab was just absolute horrific.
All right.
And you know, yeah, now I can switch up. It's just like, it's getting like second nature. So it took a while, but we're getting there.
Oh, that's brilliant. Are you enjoying it? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's learning, always something new. Yeah.
Brilliant. All right then. Obviously, when you turned pro, you signed with the money team, Floyd Mayweather. What was that experience like, living in Las Vegas, Nevada, and what did you think?
I loved it. I loved being there.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'd sold everything. I'd sold my house, my car, for this big new life.
Yeah.
And it only lasted 6 months. I'd come home.
Yeah.
But not that I didn't like Vegas or being, you know, with Mayweather Promotions. I learned quite quickly that maybe I was just being naive, but when I first turned pro, I remember thinking, oh, do you know what? Do you know, I'll have a couple of fights and then I'll box the Britain, and I'll have another fight, and then I don't like the look of that WBO belt, so I won't box for that. And I think I'll box the IBO, and do you know, like things like that. I didn't actually realise that it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as going, do you know, I'll just have 2 months off, and then, you know, you get me on a show in February, or I like to get on that Anthony Joshua undercard. Like, honestly, I think I was just so naive at how much of a dirty business it is.
Oh my God! And obviously out there in Vegas, it's the dirtiest city in the world, isn't it, for boxing?
Well, while I was there, I apart from my debut, I trained for 2 fights, and both of them fell through.
Never.
Through, like, with just things that I didn't see, like, just things fell through. But to me, I just couldn't grasp the fact that it was Mayweather Promotions. Why couldn't they just put me, you know, on that show, or click the fingers and put me on that? I didn't actually realise it, how political and, you know, just the way it worked.
Yeah, and did you actually get to spend any time with Floyd Mayweather?
No, never. I met him when I first signed, but there was a time when I was about to make my debut when he was fighting Conor McGregor, and I remember being laid in bed in the hotel, and I got a missed phone call off my manager at the time at 3 a.m, and I just looked and thought, I'm not answering that. And the next day he come and was like, oh, I rang you last night. I went, oh, I was asleep. He went, oh, we were training, because apparently he trains at crazy times. He was like, oh, we were training in the gym with Floyd, and he wanted you to come. And I thought, God, I wouldn't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go and watch somebody train, no matter who it was. But no, I never.
To be there, you didn't go, well done, Savannah, because I can see you doing that, because you're quite strict and regimented, aren't you? What you do, so I can imagine.
I wouldn't be getting up at any time like that.
That's brilliant. But what did you think to all cars he has and all people around him and that? You all think it were a bit false?
I don't know, because I have like a best friend that I always want in the change rooms with me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what works for him. Maybe he likes, you know, all these crew with him. I don't know. I'd love to go. I'd love to go to a fight in a Rolls Royce if I could.
Yeah. All right then. Clarissa Shields. Obviously, when you beat her, right, and you were punching her up close and all that, was she saying anything to you in ring and that? Were there any bad blood and that? Because I've heard that she said a few things to you in ring and that and things. Is it true? Were there a few words exchanged?
You know, what it boils down to, it was I can't remember how long ago. Well, 2012 it was, yeah. And for me, it was just another fight. Do you know what? I could lie and say, do you know, I think I've heard her say that she was robbed, and it just wasn't the case.
No,
but I could say, oh, do you know what? I punched her from pillar to post. But like I said, it wasn't the case. It was just a competitive fight, and I won. And I can't. Maybe she was muttering something, but I can't. You know, I got the win. I moved on to the next one. It wasn't.
You were in the zone, Savannah. You were in the zone, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a media answer, that, isn't it? You've been well trained from the IS.
Like I said, I could sit here and say, oh, you know, she was
calling you
a
coward.
Yeah.
So you're eating it body. All right then. Fighters out staying their welcome at the EAS. Do you think that a lot of amateurs go to Team GB, you know, like Nicola Adams, Fraser Clark, and people like that? Do you think that they stay there too long and it affects them before they go to pros?
Definitely. Well, personally for me, so I was on the squad for 8 years, and I believe that on that squad, you've got a life expectancy. And I believe, you look at Joshua Buatsi, Joshua was on the squad. It wasn't on for that long. I think he was on 2, maybe 3 years, won a medal, turned over. For me, after the opportunity really wasn't there for me to turn pro after London.
Yeah.
And then from 2012 to 2016, it was just absolute hell for me. I was constantly injured. I honestly didn't want to be there. I was going to tournaments and just, like I said, I was getting beat by people that weren't even in my class, and it was just because I was going through the motions. Because you do the same run, the same bag work, you spar the same people, you go to the same tournaments. I think I could tell you now, I was looking at my old boxing cards, and the Dutch girl, I boxed her 6 or 7 times, and after 3 or 4, it's just like.
Did you beat her every time?
I actually never. I only ever beat her once. She beat me the rest of the times, but like I said, it was one of them after 2 or 3, and you feel like you're getting, the you know what it's like in amateur tournaments. You go to a tournament and they'll be favouring body shots, or then you'll go to another tournament and they'll favour the back foot boxer, because that is what they do. That is what it is. So 9 times out of 10, you could absolutely batter someone, and all you need is just one judge to start to score you 10-8, 10-8, and then it's very, very political. And like I said, towards the end of 2016, I just totally fell out of love with boxing. And fair play, we mentioned Fraser before. Has been on there 12 years, and Fraser got on there when I did, and I didn't actually realise he'd been on for that long. But God, fair play to him, because he'd done something that I couldn't. I only lasted 8, and I had to get away from it.
I want to see Fraser turn pro, mate. I think because he's 30 next summer, and I think he could end up it could end up going on to. It could be too late for him.
Well, when I was there, I remember Fraser really coming into his own. He was starting to get his man strength, and I don't know what he spars or anyone now, but he used to spar Joshua all the time. All Joshua's sparring partners.
Oh, Joe Joyce.
Yeah, and Fraser is a world-class fighter. He's brilliant, but like I said, he's probably got ghosts in his closet where he never. I remember for London. By Anthony, waited until 2016.
Yeah.
By Joy, so he probably wants to himself to go up with games and Edland. So I can see why he stayed, and they do look after you. They really do look after you. It is a good program. So it's probably just working on.
Yeah. All right then. And that's it. And we'll just finish off on this. What are your plans for after boxing, Savannah?
Say that again.
What are your plans for after boxing when you retire?
Well, I've actually got a foundation degree, so I want to finish my degree, which is like another year, and then maybe go into teaching. But I want to there's a direct train that goes from Paris all the way, you know, through Europe and goes right through Russia, and it's called the Trans-Siberian Express.
Yeah.
And it takes something like a week to get from Paris all the way to like East Russia.
Yeah.
And you can sleep on the train and stuff. So I'd love to do that, and then I'd love to like tour. I've been to Japan before, but I'd like to, you know, just travel the whole of Japan.
Would you?
So they're my plans.
God.
I'd like to do a good 6 months.
God,
Yeah.
that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'd love to do, something like that.
We'll have to get Peter to get you that Clarissa pay-per-view rematch then, won't we?
Yeah.
So, all right then. Well, listen, it's been fantastic to have you on, Savannah Marshall. World Championship gold medalist, 2-time Olympian, Hartlepool, last age 29, and you're looking to fight for your world title this year. I wish you all the best, and I'll probably see you in the next couple of weeks. All right, you take care.
Yeah, thank you very much, Russ. Nice meeting you.
Bye.
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 So I'm very happy. But look, worst case scenario, if AJ's unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, I'll take that.
Listen.
Some people take it to heart, Peter, don't they?
Oh, fucking hell. Go and do what you want.
All right, mate.
No problem, Russ. Good to see you, mate.
Thanks for having me, mate.
You're
take
welcome.
care. You like that one, didn't you? Right, first of all, I just want to say thank you very much for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me, because we're on this journey together, aren't we? So anybody got any ideas for the channel, fire them over to me, porkycorner@mail.com, all right? Shout out to Innovation Alloys and South Yorkshire Packaging, all right? Don't forget to subscribe, keep on trucking.